And I'm Ken Bassita. We begin with Uber and Lyft drivers making a stand for better pay. Uber is about to raise billions of dollars by going public this Thursday, while Lyft has already cashed in with Wall Street investors, and now rideshare drivers say they want a piece of the action. KPIX 5's Wilson Walker on what could be a key moment for Uber and Lyft drivers.
Because this is the birthplace, the hub, we really want drivers to show up,
Uber driver Derek Baker will go on strike tomorrow. He's asking other rideshare drivers to do the same in a collective protest scheduled just ahead of Uber's IPO.
They stand to raise billions, and we're sitting here like, wow, you're constantly cutting our pay.
And while drivers like Derek are hoping for mass participation, we found plenty of uncertainty behind those wheels today.
I hear it, but I'm not sure exactly what all the Uber drivers they gotta do.
Of course, there is another set of opinions on city streets.
I'm sympathetic, but not too sympathetic.
Marcelo Fonseca is just one of the medallion-holding cab drivers to suffer in an industry crippled by ride sharing.
10, 15 people will be billionaires, and drivers for hire will be struggling.
I think that this week is a watershed moment, not just for Uber, but for people who have been fighting Uber.
Vina Dubal is a law professor at UC Hastings. She says the dual focus this week on Uber's IPO billions and those striking drivers speaks to a larger story.
What this is sort of representative of is the greater inequality that we see in the Bay Area, where you have workers who are really struggling to even make a living wage, and then you have people buying $50 million houses. And I mean, this is the abyss that we're talking about.
So the question tomorrow, will a critical mass of drivers be willing to turn off the app to make that point?
Maybe not. I have bills to pay.
If he has to get out there and work, I'll ask him to at least shut your app down for a couple of hours in solidarity to us and what we're doing.
All right, so how much money is Uber going to make with that IPO? One projection is about $9 billion. How hard will it be for you to get a rideshare driver tomorrow? That's a little bit harder to figure out. But of course, some of this lays in the hands of consumers. I asked a woman today who was waiting for a Lyft or an Uber whether she was sympathetic to the driver's concerns. She said yes. I said, are you sympathetic enough to not use rideshare tomorrow? She said no. So we will see what happens tomorrow. Live in San Francisco, Wilson Walker, KPIX 5.
Well, Lyft reported a more than $1 billion loss for its first quarterly earnings as a public company. Despite the loss, though, Lyft did manage to nearly double its revenue, posting $776 million for the quarter, a 95% increase from last year. Lyft stock dipped 3% in after-hours trading following the earnings report, but rebounded and turned positive.